Hey guys, I am back. Welcome if you are new here. Thank you for clicking on my video. My name is Ashley Martinez and I am a mom of 4. I have 2 girls that are 14 and 12 and then 2 boys that are 7 and 4. This is my 4-year-old here. I make cleaning videos on YouTube, laundry motivation, organization, some recipes, all things just homemaking, mom life, and I would love to have you here. I would love it if you would subscribe if you haven't already. This video is filmed over 2 days and we are starting on the Sunday before Halloween. However, it kind of feels like it's after Halloween because we did our trick-or-treating on Saturday. So my house was a little bit destroyed because of that. We had another family come over and my daughter had some friends over from high school. So we just needed to get things put away, the dishwasher running, vacuum the floor, things like that. And on this particular Sunday, my oldest daughter and I were getting ready to just leave and run some errands. I had a couple things I needed to take back and like a few things we needed to shop for. So I was getting everything tidied up before we left. Little riser thing, it's a great idea, but it just wasn't really working for me, and I still have yet to get this messy kitchen organized the way that I really want it. We're getting closer, but just a little bit at a time. We've only been in this house for 6 months, and this is the first time I've ever had a messy kitchen, so I didn't really know what I wanted to put on this open shelving area. We've started with like putting a bunch of food on it, and then I ended up kind of transferring all that to a different cabinet in the kitchen that is more, that is closed so that you're not just staring at tons of boxes of food. But I don't know, it's a work in progress. So this is completely extra and unnecessary, but I'm about to decant some spices that are in plastic containers and put them into some glass containers that I had from other spices. I ran, like once the spices were gone, I ran them through the dishwasher and they don't have any labels on them. So I'm going to pour the spices from these like plastic Target containers into these glass ones, and then I'm just writing a label with the expiration date and the name of what the spice is with a piece of Scotch tape and sticking it on the top. this load of laundry is almost finished. I kind of laughed watching this back because we have all the sports teams since we've moved a couple times across country. We've got Cardinals, we've got Miami, we've got Ohio. Also, what the heck? This is disgusting. I have no idea what is on this microwave tray, but I went ahead and got that washed up because ew. Started some laundry, moved that over. We've got the kitchen cleaned up. We've got the sink clean, which is like the marquee of my kitchen is clean, right? Like I've got everything done, even the sink. So we got that finished, and then Chloe and I left and we were gone for a while. So that's the end of filming for that day. Now, this is the next day. As you can tell by my hair and just general tired look, this was the morning. So starting out, I'm on the phone with my friend. I know I mention her almost in every video because I'm on the phone with her every morning. And she's my friend in Illinois. We've been best friends since we were 3 years old. And she calls me every single morning when she's driving to work. And it is like one of the highlights of my day. So if you don't have a friend that calls you every day, be that friend and call someone. It will brighten their day, I'm sure. I was making Graham's lunch. I'm just making him some like little ham and cheese roll-ups. I don't know if this is a second grade boy thing or what, but Graham comes home with like almost his entire lunch not eaten. And he says that he gets distracted and he doesn't have enough time. So I don't know. I'm trying to be realistic with the things that I know he'll eat. And he doesn't even really love bread anyway. So these little ham and cheese roll-ups have been a hit lately. We've got the lunch almost made. I know that these cookies ended up coming back home all crushed up, so as per usual, he didn't eat very much of it. Filling the water bottles. I feel like some mornings are Groundhog's Day and we do the same thing every single morning, but that's all right. This little looks like a hair straightener. It's not a hair straightener, but this thing is great. It seals bags, and I know it's really extra, but honestly, like that little half-eaten bag of chips would have probably just gotten thrown away, and I just resealed it and I stuck it back in his lunch. So that thing has paid for itself tenfold. I got it on Amazon. I will link it in the description box. So I loved this outfit, this little outfit Foster's wearing with the skulls. It was from Walmart. He ended up getting a huge like spaghetti sauce stain on it, so I don't know if it's going to be usable for next year, and he might not even fit in it anyway. But now I'm up in the boys' closet, and I have a bunch of fall clothes for them, like shirts with jack-o'-lanterns on them and like skeletons, this little dinosaur and a pumpkin. And it was actually Halloween when I was filming this, so I went ahead and like started pulling all those out, and the extra hangers, because you guys know I always hang everything to dry. So I pulled out all of the Halloween clothes, and I'm going to get all of those plus the Halloween pajamas, get it put with the Halloween decor. Whenever I put away all of the Halloween decor from around the house, I'm just going to put those in like a Target bag and stick it in that box, because then next year I can pull it out, and chances are a lot of the things that Graham wore this year might fit Foster next year. I think it's okay that we take away the humidifier now. Both of the boys had croup a couple weeks ago. That's part of the reason I've not made a video in a while, but they are all better now. And so I'm going to take the humidifier out and get that thing fully dry. Do not put your humidifier away if there's even a little bit of dampness in it, because it'll get so gross. So I have that upside down in the sink, and I'm going to make Foster's bed. So on this day, we had a bunch of these cherry tomatoes. I had bought a huge container of these, and then they just didn't get eaten, so they were kind of starting to get a little squishy. I mean, they were still good, but they just weren't really like crisp like I would like. So I quickly searched up a recipe on tomato soup. Foster loves tomato soup and grilled cheese. So I was like, why don't I just use this instead of pitching this? Because food is so expensive right now. And I'm like, I can't bear to throw away this thing of cherries. It was probably $8. So all I did, it was so easy. Put an onion and some olive oil, let that kind of cook a little bit. I added some garlic to it, and then I cut all these tomatoes in half, and I ended up putting those into the pot, letting it all simmer. And then once it had simmered for probably 20 minutes or so, once it cooled enough that I put it into my Vitamix blender, blended it up, put it back in the pot, and added a little bit of heavy whipping cream. I know it sounds like a lot of steps, like it couldn't have been easier, honestly. And he was so happy when he got home from school and had tomato soup. Like, he knew the house smelled so good, and he said, "Did you make this homemade?" So I said, "Yeah." And he ate 2 full bowls and a grilled cheese. So it was a hit. Okay, so now we have Foster's had his nap. I've picked up all the other kids from school, and this was after school. This is the laundry from earlier. I'm just going to grab that. And also, did you guys know that you can wash lunch boxes? If you don't, now you do. So I threw in all 4 of the kids' lunch boxes because it's the end of October and I have not done that yet this year, and school germs are gross. So I put in just a Tide Pod. I ended up putting this on like quick wash, but then I did a lot of adjusting with the settings. So I washed it on as hot as it could go, but as low as the spin cycle could go because it didn't need to just spin out. I didn't want to damage the lunch boxes. And then I said that it was as dirty as it could be. And now I am scrambling. This is real life. This is the real day in the life part of a mom of 4, because we've got kids doing homework. One of the kids cooked some chocolate chip cookies, which was great. I am making a dip that, as you can see, I'm eating a chocolate chip cookie as well. I am making a dip to take to a Halloween party. We were going to go to a Halloween party at one of our friends' houses and trick or treat there. This plate with the pizza cutter is a homemade naan pizza. So we buy like frozen naan bread at Trader Joe's, or you can really buy it anywhere, and put some spaghetti sauce on it, and then put fresh mozzarella on it, pop it in the oven, and turn it on the broiler for the last couple minutes. It's delicious. So the kids were starving. I knew we were going to eat at the party, but I'm like, I'm not going to make them wait for 3 hours until they eat. So I made that really quickly. And then this dip ended up being such a hit. I've never made it like this before, but typically these types of dips take Velveeta cheese, and the store that I went to did not have Velveeta cheese, so I searched up an alternative recipe. This one was a package of sausage. I just used mild breakfast sausage, 2 cans of Rotel, 2 blocks of cream cheese. That's it. It was so good. It's probably not the healthiest dip, but it's all about balance. It was Halloween. At least it wasn't sugary. Oh yeah, after I took a bite, I was like, I need a little bit more spice. So I got these pickled jalapenos out of the fridge and just sliced those up. Home. It's the same night. I know I've changed my clothes. I felt like I definitely needed to change clothes after I cooked all that food in that other like pullover sweater. It was dirty. It was gross. So I changed clothes, went to the party. It was so fun. When we got back, this was probably about 9 o'clock at night. I was ready to just do nothing, but I knew that my tomorrow self would thank my nighttime self for getting the coffee ready, getting the kitchen cleaned up, getting the floor vacuumed, folding up the blankets, like all the things. I just love, there's nothing better than waking up and having a totally clean house. Or maybe it's not totally clean, but the main areas, like folded blankets, just ready to go. Nothing better. Waking up to a clean kitchen. And of course, I have to get my coffee started. If I know there's coffee waiting for me, it makes that 5:20 alarm like a lot easier to handle. So my Vital Proteins, this collagen stuff, I don't know if this stuff helps or not. I'd like to think it does. I have had this in my coffee every single day for probably 3 years. So I don't know. I hope it works. I hope it's working, but I just think it's supposed to help with like skin, hair, and nails, and it's completely tasteless. So I always purchase it at Costco because it's such a good deal. That's why I have 2 of these. I got it for like way cheaper than it is if you buy it online. So if you have a Costco and you're a member, I would highly recommend getting it from there when it is on sale. So I got my coffee ready. I got my container of the collagen refilled. My nugget ice maker I actually keep underneath the sink. This is the messy kitchen. This is not in our main kitchen. And I just hate the look of a ton of stuff on the counter, so I keep it under there. I always have ice. It's such a bad habit. I'm always chewing on ice. I know it probably means I have like an iron deficiency, but it's just a habit I can't break. So that's that. Graham and Reese, these are my two middle kids that are sitting in the back there. Graham had already had his bath. He was in his jammies. Reese was, I'm not really sure what they were doing, probably playing Roblox together or something, but there's lots of giggles happening. I had opened the dishwasher like mid-cycle and added a couple random things to it. I'm gonna get the kitchen counters wiped up and then start vacuuming. This floor was such a mess. right, the hair has gone up in a ponytail. I was so ready to just be done for the night. I typically will put the kids' stuff, the girl stuff especially, on the staircase and they just grab it as they walk up. I had set out the lunch boxes to dry and pulled some other laundry out of here that was going. One of the kids washed a blanket, so had that. And it's almost it, guys. This is the full day. As you can see, lots of laundry, lots of cooking, lots of cleaning up the kitchen, and also a lot of fun. I just didn't record the fun parts. So we did lots of trick-or-treating, and it was a great time. We are starting to actually meet friends here in Ohio. For those of you who don't know, I was realizing that Foster's pants were still not clean. For those of you that don't know, we have just moved to Ohio from South Florida, so we're new to the state, and people are so nice here. It's like this Midwest feel that we're familiar with because we're from St. Louis, and it's actually starting to feel a little bit like home. So anyway, guys, I have just a little bit more laundry to do, and then I'm gonna go to bed for the night in this video. So I want to thank you so much for being here. I love you all. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and you can also find me on Instagram. Thanks, guys. Bye.